So what I'm thinking is doing college advice videos. So since it's about a month from school, I decided to go ahead and share with you 10 ways that you can get very prepared to go back to school or to start college in the fall. This will probably be most helpful for freshmen because you aren't familiar with the moving into college process. And I'm just going to share with you these general ways that you can get prepared for school, and then if you would like to hear more about them, I will probably be making videos more specifically on each one of these topics. So let's go ahead and get started. This is probably going to be the most helpful thing for you to get familiar with your school and get ready to start college in the fall. That would be to get used to your school's website and email service. You definitely want to be checking your email at least once a week and get used to checking it every day once you get to school. Starting that habit now will make it that much easier when you have to check your email every day. Blackboard, I think, is a pretty standard site for schools to use. Get used to that because if your school uses that, that's where professors are going to be posting information and the syllabus, which is hugely important. I will do a video on that as it gets closer to school. So getting used to your school website is going to make you that much more prepared for when you get to school, and it will kind of help you know what's going on. So if other students have questions, you'll always have the answer, and it's great because then you'll get to know people and you'll feel really smart and proud of yourself. Another thing, get to know your campus map, because if you look at the map and you kind of get familiar with that, it'll be that much easier once you are actually there and you can visualize it in person. The other thing that kept me from being nervous when I went to college as a freshman was my school's freshman Facebook page. If you look on Facebook and see if your school has a, university class of 2017 page, and kind of join that and try to get to know people from there, once you get to school, it'll be that much better and you'll kind of know people already, and it will make you feel more at home once you actually get there and not quite as nervous. Then the next thing that you want to do, if you can, is go ahead and register for your classes. And when you're registering for classes, I highly recommend looking up your professors on ratemyprofessors.com. I can probably put the link in down below if you want to look in the description box. Hopefully I'll remember to do that. But that is incredibly helpful to see what other students have said about your professor. It's worth looking up so that you can see what they've said about the professors and also what they've said about the professors' tests and quizzes and taking notes and all that stuff. That'll definitely help you prepare. And I recommend writing down notes about what people said about each of those professors. Another thing that you want to do is if there are any assessments that you need to take online, go ahead and take those now instead of waiting until you get to school. Alright, another thing that you can do once you've registered for your classes is go on your school's bookstore website and look up all the books for the classes that you're taking. Make sure that you buy the books that are specific to your class's section number. It helps if you go through and you write down every single activity that you have throughout the week, and then you kind of look at the times each day and see, oh, okay, I need to leave around 8 o'clock every day. So then you write that in your general schedule. So it would be like, wake up at 6, eat, get ready, leave by 8, have class from 9 to 3. I know that's not typical, but if that's your class schedule, make sure to include breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then the number one thing that you want to include is a specific workout time that you agree on your own to complete every single day, that there's no reason that you won't have time to work out. And you say, what if I have a test the next day? Well, I can definitely do a video on how I set up my notes so that I can just bring them to the gym, and it's actually a quite enjoyable study time and workout time, and it works out really well. I can definitely share that. Just kind of make it very general because it's better for your body and your brain while you're in school to be very consistent with your schedule when you wake up, when you eat, and when you work out. Put in specific study hours that you will study every day, and then make sure that you leave time for socializing because that is a very important part of college too. You want to have both. So a lot of freshmen completely overpack. You want to keep things as minimalistic as you possibly can. So what I try to do, and this may be totally OCD, but I don't care, I'm going to share it with you anyways. I try to pack things like together. For example, anything that's going to go on top of my desk, I'll pack it together. And then anything that's going to go in like the first drawer, and then anything that's going to go in the second drawer. And I try to pack things completely in order like that because I know what my dorm's gonna look like because I've lived in the same building. I try to pack things together so that when I get to school, it's not like stuff everywhere and I have no idea where to put it. Because I know exactly where I want things to go, it kind of helps, I don't know, calm down the moving in process, I guess. It doesn't make it as chaotic and hectic. So that really helps if you want to pack things together based on where they're going to go in your room. And that's another thing. If you have visited your school, you know where you're going to live, or you can go on your school's website and kind of see if there's a picture of the kind of dorm that you're going to be in so that you have an idea of the kind of space you're going to have. That's incredibly helpful so that you can know exactly where you're going to put specific things, and that also will help you not overpack. You do not need to overpack every single picture you ever took in high school. In college, you're going to have plenty of memories and plenty of opportunities to take new pictures and put them up on your wall. This is literally the most frustrating thing to go through, but let me just tell you, you do not need every piece of clothing that you've ever owned to go with you to college. 2 full weeks of clothes. That's what I packed. So I'm going to have to go through my own clothes, and then I think my sister's going to let me go through hers. So I can definitely film that. Know your closet size and your dresser size, because you do not want to show up with 3 times more clothes than you actually have room for. Those hanging shoe organizers where it's like cloth and each one is a rack of shoes. Well, they have them for like sweaters, but I don't use mine for sweaters. I actually take all of my clothes and fold them up in that sweater organizer. So it literally holds the majority of my clothes and it saves so much space. Not the shoe ones that are skinny, the sweater ones that are like about this thick. Just go online to your school website and see the dimensions for your bed. You want to go through and make a specific list of everything that you may need to purchase each week or each month, and then allow yourself a certain percentage for that week of the money that you get, because some wonderful, kind relative may send you money and you'll want to be able to use that money. That's basically it for the things that you can be doing to get ready for college in the fall. I will be making videos more specific to each one of these points that I've talked about. Be on the lookout for that, and be sure to leave any comments or questions down below. And if you have any suggestions for videos that you would like me to also make, please be sure to let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Bye. Oh, and I hope it helped you.